Hey there, you snuck up on me. I didn't see you there with that camera completely set up, waiting for me to tell you something. This is Stephen with the Bay County Public Library, coming back to you with another one of our fun little craft ideas for our Dungeons and Dragons program, again brought to you by the Panhandle Library Access Network. Originally, I was told you that we'd probably be doing some miniature painting to show you what we were actually, why we were making terrain and all that, all the trees and the foam scatter terrain, but my package didn't arrive in time for me to prep that, so instead I figured we'd do a little bit of Mapology. Yes, I said Mapology. I don't care what anybody else says. It's a word. You might want to use cartography, but that's fine. I'm calling it Mapology. And what I've done, I don't know if you can see it here or not, but I'll hold it up in just a moment as I'm coloring, is I made a map. It's a world map. Maybe it looks better this way. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But this is something that you can do quick and easy. Completely random. Let's say you want to make yourself a world map for an upcoming game that you're going to run and you're not sure how to do it. Well, you've probably seen these online, but let me just redo it for you again, and you can see how I did it. This took me maybe 15-20 minutes to do that with all the coloring, and I chose, in this case, I was doing a water-based world, so I used a lot more waters than anything. So how did I go from a blank piece of paper to this? It's quite simple. I used dice. Yes, dice. If you're new to the gaming, you might not have a bunch of them. Other people love to collect them. I have just enough to make myself happy. And what I did is I just took a sheet of paper and I cut myself a strip out with my tiny scissors. Bam. I laid it flat and I said, well, I've got some dice, I'm gonna drop them on here, we're gonna make some stuff. And in this case, I said I wanted to do a water-themed world where I wanted it to be more, have lots of lakes, have lots of rivers, have lots of water around it, just because that was in a water mood. So, what I did is I grabbed a bunch of dice, and let me separate them here real quick, because I put them all together as I was done. Little one's not there. Most gaming uses a variety of dice, and in this case, with Pathfinder, with Dungeons and Dragons, it's generally 6 dice. You got your D4s, you got your D6s, your D8s, your D10s, your D12s, your D20s, and we're happy. So I got 6 piles. I'm going to label those, but I also got my little batch of random weird die, be it a misfire die or a random location die or a blank die. I'm going to use those for something a little fun, but what I want to do is I'm going to decide what each of these particular dice sets represent. When I'm coming into this, I'm thinking, what do I want my world to have a lot of? Because as you can see, I got a lot of D6s here, so whatever I label a D6, I'm going to have a lot of on the map. In this case, I think what I want is to have the D6s represent forest. I want a wooden world, and I'm just going to make some notes over here so I remember what I'm doing. And you can, let's just do it here down at the bottom. We'll make a little key down at the bottom. So, D4, D6, D8, D10, D indicating dice, because that's how it'll be listed in a lot of the gaming books. D12, D20, that's 6, and then I'm going to put weird, because those are my weird ones. And what did we say? I wanted forest, so my D6s, because I have so many, are going to be my forest. I still like going with the 4-sided ones as being mountains, because hey, they kind of look like little mountains, and it makes me just happy, and it makes it easier to recognize. My 20s are going to be cities. So what else we got? We got D8s. D8s, let's make them river. No, let's make D10s rivers because I got a few more of those. D8s can be farms, and D12s can be lakes, because drawing lakes is one of my least favorite things to do. And then my weird ones, what am I going to do with my weird ones? I'm going to use those for adventure points, be it a wizard tower, a wrecked ship, a cave in the mountains, because I've got some triangle ones in here, so I might use those for mountain locations. So we'll put that as dungeons/adventure. Okay, so what do I do next? Oh, next is the fun part, because it's all about making a mess and enjoying yourself. And because I don't have hands large enough to just have all these in one shot, we're going to do this in a couple. Oh, those are down. We're going to count those as down. I'm just going to drop some of them. If they're off the board, they're off the board. I might use them again. I might not. I'm going to use these again because I want to. I'm just trying to hit open spots. They're moving around. And two more. So, what are we looking at? You're like, that does nothing. How are you getting a map out of this? So I'm going to start with a pencil instead of just going straight up as a permanent marker. That way I can tinker with it if I feel like I want to here any. And what I'm doing is looking for groupings. I'm just trying to make interesting shapes as we go along. Let's make this over here an island. And I'm just kind of going around, making a little... Oh, this is look what this turned into. This turned into another island as well. This might be another water-based world, it looks like, just because I'm putting a lot of open space. How can I correct that? Use more dye so that I have less area to color blue if I wanted to. A lot of nooks and crannies, it appears, in this. And I'm just kind of following the dye, seeing where they lead me. Still there. You might not see that line, but we'll come back and touch that up. And now I'm just going to follow my key here. Let's start with mountains because that's easy to see here. And I'm just going to put a little mountain symbol. Can you see that there? Little mountain symbol? Oh, you get back where you were. And I'm just, anywhere I see one of my D4s, I'm putting a mountain, and I'll come back out and flesh that here in a little bit. So I used a brown pen for that one just because, hey, brown is mountain, right? I don't want to do forest just yet. Let's do lakes. Actually, no, let's do cities. City, where are you, D20s? There's a city, so I'm just going to put like a little star there to let me know that's a big old city there. Here's a city. And as we're going along, we can kind of see in our heads how the world is kind of being formed. We got a city down here over on this peninsula. Obviously, it might be a port city. A lot of the cities are around water, so this is obviously going to be a high trading world. I'm plotting stuff as I go along. D8 is farm, so I've got like a light green. And I'm just going to make some lines here that tell me there's a farm in there. There's a farm. We're going to make this whole little peninsula area, this little a farm. Here's a farm over here. It doesn't really, you can do whatever you want with it because it's just about having some fun, plotting a world, plotting some stories that you might want to tell inside your head as you go along, and just have some fun with building things. I don't see another D8, so I think we're out of farms. Let's move on to, what do I have left? I got D10s, I got D6s, I've got weird. 12 over here, what was my D12s? That's lakes. Let's do lakes. Now there's a lake. I'm just gonna do a little drawing around that. You know, fun stuff that kind of looks like a lake. Am I doing geographically realistic kind of things? No, but you know what? Fantasy world. Let's get these rivers out of the way too. We got this lake. It goes into a river. And I'm just going to make that river turn into like a little marshy kind of area over in here. And I'm just having some fun. It's got some branches. Yes, they're horrible looking branches. Don't judge me. I'm not judging you. Like I said, we're going to have this river come through this farmland. Maybe we have a couple branches there. And we've gotten rid of all our D10s now. So let's move on to the greens. I don't have a solid dark green like I want to. Yes, I do. It's just hidden on me. Well played, dark green. So, D6s are green, or D6s are forest in this case, so I'm just going to start coloring in some forest around here, and I'll go back and touch these up when I'm ready. Right now I'm just trying to get some colors down. I see I got a big area over here where I had two D6s right next to each other, but I also got a bunch of these mystery ones over here. So I'm going to incorporate those. I'm going to make these just one big foresty area around this here. I'm going to leave those there because we'll come back and touch on them and try to figure out what those represent. Got some more forest right over here, so we're going to turn this area in between these farmlands into one big foresty area. And it looks like this area between that mountain and that river might be a forest as well. Get rid of those. And around on this side, what if this city has to be accessed by boat because it's surrounded by a forest. Oh, total forest over here. I wonder what's going on. We'll connect that over here just because, like I said, I want a lot of foresty area. And if you have something that you want to have a lot of in your particular game, you want to run a lot of pirates, obviously you want more water. You want to run a lot of dwarves, you want more mountains. If you want a high, a political intrigue game, obviously you want more cities. And we might be around these farming areas, obviously, we're going to have some villages and stuff. I didn't have those in the dice included, but they're there. They're there. Let's make that my other forest over here. And that's also a foresty one, because it is not a small D6. Okay, so we have the gist of what our landscape is going to be, and now I am just left with some mystery die. And I'm just kind of looking at the area and I'm thinking, what would be fun to have around here? Over here, I think this D10, because it's on this continent right over here, I'm just going to make a little symbol that I'm going to notate is a ruin. Maybe this was an old colony that was established over here that's been overtaken by something, fallen out of contact with the rest of the world. What do we have over here? Let's make this we'll have that we'll put an archway there. It'll be a mystery archway, but it had a D6 there, so, and like I said, forest. Let's make that a mystery archway in a foresty area. Oh, that was you over there. That was my mystery ruin. Dark and shadowy ruins over here. Oh, what could be happening? This is, it's in the forest. I want to make that some kind of tower. We'll make that a wizardy tower there because it was in the deep dark forest. We don't know what's going on over here. I got two two triangle ones. So let's make these mountains again over here, but these mountains have some caves in them. And maybe they lead to an underground civilization. And just to denote that I have caves in them, I'm going to take those mountain symbols and just put a little cave mark. Hey, look at that. There's a cave. There's a cave. So let's get rid of you. We got a couple things. Oh, there's another mountain. You didn't see it. I see it. It's another mountain in the... That's another... It's on the peninsula. What if we make that not a mountain, but let's make it a strange obelisk right there in the middle of the forest. We'll figure out what that is later. This was all in the forest over here, so let's put an ancient civilization over here. This is in the deep dark forest, so we'll put another ruin over here. We don't know if that's going to be an ancient civilization yet or not. We'll figure it out as the players get there. Let's make that another cave, but we're going to make that one, instead of being in the mountain, we're going to make that a cave that's surrounded by mountains, because we got a mountain there already. So we're just going to make the rest of this mountains, because that's what I feel like doing over there. Do whatever you want to. I don't have to know everything that's going on right now. I can figure that out as I need to. And what do we got here? That, I don't remember what that DT1 die was. Was that right there? I don't remember. So we're going to make that, it was in the water when I just found it right now, so we're going to make that a, let's go with a sunken ship. Big old hole in it right there, so everybody knows it's nice and sunk. And we'll just, so I don't have to touch it up later. We'll touch it up right now, because it's in the water. It's underwater. Maybe some lost treasure there. Maybe it was sailing out of that big city there to somewhere else on the map and got hit and is now down in that water. More ruins. We're just going to go ruins over here. But this one, mystery, I want a weird observatory style thing. Just because telescopes are cool. If you haven't played with one, you know where you can get one? The library. Hot plug right there in the middle of my fun thing. So, I'm going to be coloring next, but you can kind of see what I did, where we went. And now I'm just going to go in there and touch up and have some fun. And it'll probably be high-speed video while I do this, so you don't have to listen to me just drone on and on about whatever the heck I am droning. I got cheap forests made. You can do better than me. I'm not a drawer. If I had, some kind of art skill, I would have been a famous artist by now. And I'm just gonna, excuse me, I'm just gonna color in my lakes real quick. I'm not gonna do a lot around the water just because it's a lot of water. I might highlight the outskirts of the thing, but the next real big thing I'm gonna do is color in add some more mountains in here, just to flesh out the mountain skeleton I got here. And then I'm gonna try to make some nice coastline and not just make it a round circle thing. That's why I came in starting with a pencil, because I want to be able to make my coastline exactly the way I want with little nooks and crannies, because nooks and crannies, just like on an English muffin on a map, they hide so much fun. That's all my lakes. Mountain time. Don't run away. I already did those mountains, so we're gonna, just flesh out these mountains right here. Maybe flesh out those mountains. And I'm just, putting them where I want to put them. Just a few mountains. I feel like this is gonna be a decent mountain area, so I'm going to put a lot of mountains around here just because it seemed to fit with why there was a path through the forest. And like I said, I'm not being incredibly neat here because, like I said, I just don't want straight lines. I want some nooks. I want some things that I can hide things in. I want some where those smugglers are going to run in on the forest or what have you. I'm getting a little lazy here. Don't mind that, just because you don't want to see me try to do detail work on here. You just want fast, loose, and easy to follow. And that's what we're doing. Because you want to be able to do this on your own. Looks like I came out a little far on that sunken ship, so you know what I'm going to put there? You know how I had a die there that I decided I was going to make that a sunken ship? I think you know what else I'm going to make over here? Because obviously that is a dangerous area, and dangerous areas for boats, they don't last long. So we're going to put a lighthouse right there. Bam. And see, did I have something there to tell me that? No. Did I just want to do that? Yes. And who doesn't want to go adventure in a haunted lighthouse where some ship has crashed? If you meet that person, I don't know what you tell them. Just say, hey, we're going to go adventuring in a haunted lighthouse in real life. Go find a haunted lighthouse. St. Augustine has a bunch of them. Cape Fear of North Carolina has a bunch of them. When the COVID's over, go have some fun. Go adventure yourself. Because you know what adventuring yourself leads you to? Coming up with story ideas, coming up with adventure ideas, coming up with how certain areas look when you are describing them on a misty night or an early morning, the way the colors are, the way the area smells, the way the area sounds. It's those kind of little details that will really help to bring your story, your game to life. And that key, it's not important. I can color over it if I want to. I can do whatever I want to with it. I could leave it there so people know how I did it. You don't want people to know how to do it? Don't have it there. Write it on a different piece of paper. They can be like, dude, you did that from hand, all by yourself, just with imagination. And you'll be like, yep, I'm pretty sweet like that. And as you see, I am just running out of areas to do stuff with. So that must mean we are coming toward the end of this little cartography, mapology, fun map making through dice that we have. 2 more islands. Now, I know what you're saying to me. Stephen, I don't have dice. What am I going to do because I don't have dice to do this? You know what? I bet you do have. You might have some loose coins. Get a bunch of pennies, get a bunch of dimes, get a bunch of nickels, get a bunch of quarters. They could be something. Toss them. Bam. They're on their spot. Got some various little knickknacks, aquarium beads, some beads, anything of that nature. Use it. Use what you have. It doesn't have to be dice. I just use dice because that's what I have. That's what I wanted to use. That's where we are. And, you know, we have a map. You can see the colors really popping there. And because it's water, I'm just coloring out the outside here just to flesh it out. And then you could come in and do the same thing. And you just make the map go. Then I'll probably color in the greens. But again, you get the drift. You see where I'm going. Have fun with it. Next time, I am assuring you, because I now have a box of miniatures that have come in, I've just got to prep them, because when they come in, there might be some oil still on them. There might be some little pieces I need to trim off, and if I'm doing stuff like that, I'd like to have it done before I get to see you and before you get to see where I'm starting. So next time, we will definitely be working with some miniature painting, unless I get a wild hair and we do something else. You never know. So until then, have fun, make a map, show me your maps. That's a key. I want to see your maps. So if you make one, I want you to post it to the library Facebook page so I can see it. Until then, stay crafty.